Okay guys, so welcome dito sa ating channel. Ito na yung lesson 11 ng ating complex analysis. So ito ay continuation lang ng analytic function. So let's have harmonic function. So by the way, what is harmonic function? A real valued function of two real variable x and y is said to be harmonic on D if h of x comma y with respect to double x. So kumbaga second partial derivative. So di-differentiate mo siya with respect sa x na dalawang beses. Plus yung h of x comma y, then ganoon same thing, di-differentiate mo siya sa y ng dalawang beses, actually partial derivative is equal to 0. So ito yung gagawin natin. Yun, ito-trace natin kung yung function is, kung yung complex variable natin is harmonic function. So paano ba siya magiging harmonic function? So ito yung mga theorem na gagamitin natin. So let's have theorem number 1. If a function f of z is equal to u of x comma y plus ib of x comma y is analytic in a domain D, then u of x comma y and b of x comma y are harmonic on D. So ulitin ko lang, pag analytic daw siya D, then therefore siya ay yung u of x comma y is are harmonic on D. So parang sir, ang gagawin lang, puprove lang namin yung differentiable tapos therefore harmonic na siya. Yes, pwede yon by the use of this theorem, pero syempre may iba tayong way para mas makita yan, kasi nga gusto kong i-apply natin yung second partial derivative natin dito, or meaning mag-apply tayo ng dalawang partial derivative dito. Okay, so ito yung nakapaloob dyan sa theorem na yan. So ito yung harmonic criterion. Paano natin ma-determine? So we say that u and b are said to be harmonic on D if number 1, the partial derivative of u with respect to x and x is equal to the partial derivative of b with respect to y and x, and the partial derivative of y with respect partial derivative of u with respect to y and x is equal to the negative partial derivative of b with respect to x and x, or u of x u partial of x and y is equal to b partial of y and y, then u partial of y is equal to negative partial of b with respect to x y. So medyo nakakalito lang banggitin kasi hindi ko rin talaga totally alam yung paano yung basa niyan, medyo nakalimutan ko na. Okay, so pag naalala ko babanggitin ko later. Okay, then pag nagawa natin yan, so ulitin ko lang may word na or. So since may or yan, ito lang ipapatunayan mo yung sa taas or ito. So pwedeng ito yung sa taas or ito lang. Then the Laplacian equation, so kukunin mo yung partial of u with respect to x and x plus partial of u with respect to y and y, dapat equal to 0 yun. Or kung gusto mo partial of b with respect to x and x plus partial of b with respect to y and y is equal to 0. Ayun lang kasi, ganun lang kasimple. So tandaan na this is second partial derivative, meaning dalawang beses natin siya i-differentiate with respect dun sa variable na sinasabi. Tapos aware naman kayo paano kumukuha ng partial derivative. Okay, so kunyari yung u partial of u with respect to x and x, ito ay equivalent dito. Sorry, gawin kong y para maiba lang. Okay, baka malito kayo. Ito ay equal sa partial of u with respect sa partial of y partial of x. Ngayon, ang mangyari, mauuna muna yung partial derivative of u with respect to x, then with respect to y naman. So dito naman right away papunta lang doon. So kumbaga, kaya ito yung ginagamit kong notation kasi ito right away papunta doon. Unlike dito, ang derivative niya ganun. Okay, so kung mapapansin nyo sa calculus 3 nyo, ayun yung tinuro. Okay, so proceed nga tayo sa example para nga ma-verify natin kung talagang alam nyo yung paano natin magagamit tong harmonic criterion na to. Okay, so example, so if f of z is equal to e raised to negative y sin x and I is equal to e raised to negative y cosine x, so show that u and b are harmonic on D. So again, ano ulit ang gagawin? Unang gagawin, syempre, kukunin natin si u of x comma y sa b of x comma y, or i-identify natin. Okay, so lagay ko lang. So u of x comma y, u of x comma y is equal to, syempre, e raised to negative y sin x. Okay, next, b of x comma y. So b of x comma y is equal to negative e raised to negative y cosine x. Okay, sir, bakit po negative? Note, may negative sa gitna. Kasi sa ating function, ang ating formula is lagi naka-plus. So ang condition is lagi siya naka-plus. So meaning, pag kinuha mo yung b, tas may minus doon, meaning kasama yung negative sa b natin. Okay, so ngayon, ano una natin gagawin? So, pipili na lang ako. So si sir, ang pipiliin ni sir, yung unang condition na yan, yung partial of u with respect to x and x is equal to partial of b with respect to y and x, and partial of u with respect to y and x equal naman sa negative partial of b with respect to x and x. Okay, so ayun yung gagawin ni sir. So unahin ko lang muna, syempre kunin natin yung partial of u with respect to x. So isa-isahin ko na dito. So dito, partial of u, lagay ko na ng u of x, y. So partial of u with respect to x is equal to, so derivative ng sin x is cosine x. So this is e raised to negative y cosine x. Okay, so kailangan natin ng partial of u with respect to x. Okay, so meaning is a second derivative natin or second partial derivative. So partial of u with respect to x and with respect to x. So meaning ito yung reference na natin. So therefore, ang derivative ng cosine is negative na. So ito ay negative e raised to negative y sine of x. Okay, so check pa natin. Baka may kailangan pa tayo about u. So sabi, kailangan pa sa u sa partial derivative of u with respect to y naman. Okay, so ang gagawin kasi ni sir, kukunin na lahat para mas mapadali na tayo. So kunin ko naman sa partial of u with respect to y. So y naman yung ito yung reference natin, balik sa umpisa. So ang derivative nito is negative. Tama, kasi with respect to y. So negative e. So this is negative e raised to negative y sine x. Okay, then ano pa yung kailangan natin sa taas? Partial of u with respect sa x and y and x. Sorry. And so meaning itong reference na to, i-differentiate natin with respect to x naman. So this is partial of u with respect to y and x is equal to, di-differentiate natin siya with respect to x. So this is negative e raised to negative y cosine of x. Okay, so meaning nakuha ko na yung mga essential natin. So ito na, no, sa u tas yan. So nakuha ko naman na itong dalawa. So kailangan natin sa b. Okay, so start tayo. Sa b, ang unang kailangan siyempre sa y. Or gawin na natin sa x para mas mapadali na rin. So sa b, ito naman yung partial of b, partial derivative of b with respect to x is equal to, yung cosine ng derivative is negative. So negative sign. So itong negative magiging positive. So probably this is e raised to negative y sine of x. Then kunin pa natin yung partial derivative of b with respect to x and x ulit. That is, i-differentiate to. This is e raised to negative y cosine of x. Okay, next is, kailangan natin siya i-differentiate with respect to y. Okay, sorry, ito, with respect to y and x. So, di-differentiate natin also with respect to y. So, partial derivative of b with respect to y is equal to, so, ito yung reference. So, with respect to y, so derivative ng e raised to negative y is negative. So, negative times negative is positive. So, this is e raised to negative y cosine of x. Okay, then partial derivative of b with respect to y and x. So, ito na yung reference. So, with respect to x na. So, ang kanyang derivative is negative e raised to negative y sine of x. Okay, so ngayon, i-check na natin yung harmonic criterion o yung harmonic criterion, yung relationship niya. So ito yung gusto ko, ito yung pinili ni sir. Okay, so ang gagawin natin, kukunin natin yung partial of u with respect to x. So ito yun, no. So check natin, no, si partial of u with respect to x is equal to e raised to negative y sin x. Equal ba siya dito? Yes sir, equal. Okay, so note itong dalawang to equal. Okay, so lagay ko na dito. Note that partial of u with respect to x and x is equal to partial of b with respect to y and x. Okay, next is the partial of u with respect to y. The partial of u with respect to y and x. Ito yon. Partial of u with respect to y and x. Ito yon. So this is negative e raised to negative cosine. Equal daw dapat siya sa negative. So, itong part na to, equal ba dito pag minultiply sa negative? Yes, sir. Pag minultiply mo to sa negative, magkakaroon ng negative. So, parehas na po doon. Okay, so, meaning, equal si partial, and, lagay ko na dito, and partial of u with respect to x, y and x, is equal to negative partial derivative of b with respect to x and x. Okay? So, next natin dyan, since nagawa na natin yun, ano yung kailangan? Try na natin i-check yung Laplacian equation. So, dito naman, ganun ulit, pipili ka sa dalawa. So, it's either ito or ito. Pero, tingnan mo natin kung nakuha na natin lahat. Meron tayong partial of u with respect to x. Pero wala tayong partial of u with respect to y. Na dalawa. Okay, so kasi nga, andito lang eh. So, meron mo ito partial of b with respect to x. Pero meron mo sa partial of b with respect to x, kailangan din yan ng double y. Doon sa partial derivative of b with respect to y and y. Okay, so meaning, ito na lang kukunin ko. So, tulad na to, ito na lang kukunin ni sir. So, ang gagawin ko na lang, kukunin ko yung partial derivative of y with respect to y. So, from this reference point, itong u with respect to y, kukunin ko pa yung derivative niyan. O yung partial derivative. So, partial derivative of y with respect to y and y is equal to, ito ay magiging positive. Tama? So, this is e raised to negative y sine of x. Okay. So, ngayon, the Laplacian operator. So, the Laplacian operator. So, the Laplacian equation, sorry, Laplacian equation. So, Laplacian equation. Equation is, ang kukunin natin is partial derivative of u with respect to x plus partial derivative of y with respect to y, and that is equal sa ano yung u of x kamo u of x sub u sub x x x, or yung partial of u with respect to x and x, that is e raised to negative negative e raised to negative y sin x. So, nakakalito na rin talaga yung mga terming dito. So this is negative e raised to negative y sin of x plus eto. So this is plus e raised to negative y sin of x. So, this is equal sa 0. Okay? So, therefore, nakuha natin yun. Okay? So, meaning, therefore, u and b are harmonic on D. So, di ba tinutukoy na din yan? Yung D is yung domain. Yung domain natin dito is syempre yung real number. Okay? So, wala namang part yan na mag-ano yan eh. Tawag dito, wala naman yung part na magiging undefined siya. Okay, so pansinin mo lang, ano yung domain yan? Domain yan is a real number. Yung y and x na yan, yung domain is a real number, hindi complex number. Kasi pinag-uusapan tong mismo. Okay, so therefore, they are harmonic. Okay, so wala naman siya. So ayoko na siyang gawin para proving, pero sige, lagay natin to. Since sinabi naman show. Kaso wala naman talagang formal na proving na nangyari kasi wala naman akong delete. Okay, pero sige, dahil show, lagyan natin done simple. So, parang let na lang ng ganyan, then consider. Ganda lang. Okay, so ganun lang kasimple pag harmonic. Pag gusto natin i-prove na yung u and b are harmonic. Kunin mo lang yung partial derivative, pili ka lang dito sa mga to, wag ka lang malilito sa derivative or sa partial derivative natin. So, minsan talaga may mga part na nakakalito dyan. Okay, so ngayon, magpo-proceed tayo doon sa next topic. So, ito medyo kakaiba kasi meron kang malalaman na ganun pala yun. Probably ngayon mo lang malalaman. So sana magets mo yung point ko. Okay? So theorem 2, suppose that the function f of z is equal to u of x, y plus ib of x, y is analytic on D, meaning ulit differentiable siya. So kung ako ay complex differentiable sa aking domain, ano sabi? Yung b of x, y, yung ating imaginary part is the harmonic conjugate of u of x, y. Tika lang harmonic conjugate. So, ulit ko, kung siya ay analytic, therefore, ito yung test. Para malaman mo ng harmonic conjugate, dapat yung B, pag sinolve natin somewhere, ito yung may solution ka dito or step eh. So, pag sinolve natin somewhere, dapat equal siya doon. Siya yung harmonic conjugate. So, gamit si U, isosolve natin, dapat lumabas si B. Ganito traces natin. Okay, so, ngayon, before ako mag-move doon sa ating topic na yun, meron muna akong ipapakonsider or papakita sa inyo. Okay? So, consider lang natin Kunyari, meron akong f. So, yung f ko is x squared y plus x squared plus 3. Okay. Ngayon, ang gagawin niyo, sir, kukunin yung partial derivative niyan with respect to y. So, pag kinuha ko yung partial derivative, we all know na itong y lang na to, yung parang madi-differentiate. Itong mga to, mako-consider as constant. Si x squared saka si 3, consider as constant yan dito. So, ang kanyang partial derivative with respect to y is just x squared. Okay, ngayon, kunyari, hindi mo yan alam. Okay, ngayon, gusto ko i-differentiate mo naman si f of y. Gusto ko i-differentiate mo si partial derivative of f with respect to y sa dy. Okay, so meaning, i-differentiate natin si x squared with respect sa y. So, sir, pwede yun. Yes, pwede yun. I-consider ko lang siya para siyang partial integration. Okay, so reverse process na may derivative. So, meaning, pag dinifferentiate ko to, this is just f Okay, and then, ito, pag dinifferentiate ko, that is x squared, since parang constant siya dito, ang mangyari, magkakaroon na ng parang attachment, which is x squared, then plus, magkakaroon lang ng y, kasi nga dy. Okay, so parang identity rule, ganun yung nangyari. Ngayon, ito yung problema, sir, hindi po bumalik doon. Tama. Ngayon, itong part na to, kinonsider kasi natin silang constant. Tama, since kinonsider ko siyang constant, kunwari, hindi ko talaga alam yung literal. Ngayon, ikaw, mag-guess mo ba na yun yung sagot? Hindi, sir. So, ano ilalagay mo, sir? C. So, isipin mo, maglalagay ka na parang plus C. No, hindi ito i-consider natin na plus T na parang constant. Kasi nga, bakit? May constant na 3, then may variable X. Ngayon, ang ilalagay mo is plus P of X. Okay, so meaning, function of X. So, function of X, including yung mga constant. So, kunyari, differentiate ko yun. Kunyari, derivative ko siya with respect to y or partial derivative ko siya with respect to y. Ano mangyari? Ito lang din. So, parang ito lang yan. So, mawawala lang to kasi alam kong function of x to. Meron diyang constant, meron diyang x. Pero siya ay pure function of x kasama yung constant. Walang y. Ayun yung ibig sabihin. So, meaning, ito yung gagawin natin. Pag naka-encounter ka ng ganyan, okay, kunyari, x squared dy, pag in-integrate mo, siguraduhin mo may plus p function of x or plus p function of y. Okay, so importante ito para doon sa ating next na solution na gagawin. Okay, so let's proceed doon sa ating harmonic conjugate criterion. Okay, so sabi ko nga, magkakaroon tayo ng parang solution, paano hanapin si b of x, y. Kasi probably ganito lagi gagawin natin. Given lang yung u of x, y, hahanapin natin yung b of x, y. So therefore, hahanapin natin si f of z mismo, yung mismong function. So ngayon may technique para magamit natin. So sabi, by CRE, so by Cauchy-Riemann equation, kung naalala mo si Cauchy-Riemann equation, sabi ni Cauchy-Riemann equation, what sabi niya sa isa doon? Yung partial of u with respect sa x ay equal sa partial of b with respect to y. And yung partial of u with respect to y is equal to negative partial of b with respect to x. Sir, bakit mo nasabi yan? Kasi nga analytics si D. Okay? So, analytics si F. Since analytics si F sa domain natin, therefore, kaya natin gamitin yung theory na si Cauchy-Riemann equation. Kasi theory naman talaga siya totally. Okay? So, meaning, yung criteria niya o yung kanyang relationship sa loob o na nabuo doon is pwede natin gamitin. Kasi nga, alam natin na siya ay analytic. So, yun, yan yung gagamitin natin. Kaya nga sinilagay ko technique. By CRE, use natin si partial derivative of u with respect to x equal sa partial derivative of b with respect to y. And partial derivative of u with respect to y is equal to negative partial derivative of b with respect to x. Okay, so ngayon, check natin yung examples. Okay, so yung mga example na given. So, tatlo yung binigay ko dyan. Okay, so tinatlo ka na para mas madali mo magets. Tapos, yung may sinabi ako kanina, tandaan nyo, yung p pang, yung may nag-exist nung nag-derivative ako, then nag-integrate ako, may lumabas na p function of x. So, ito. Okay ko lang. So, ayan, dapat kasama pa rin yan dito. Okay, so kaya tinuro ni sir kanina, o kaya sinabi ni sir yan. Okay, so, proceed tayo dito. So, find the harmonic conjugate b of x, y of u of x, y is equal to y cubed minus 3x squared y. Okay, so, ito yung hinahanap niya talaga. Ang hinahanap natin, yung naka-pair sa kanya, yung plus I times b of x, y. Ito yung hinahanap dyan. Okay, yan talaga yung totaling hinahanap. Gamit lang ito, dapat mahanap natin yan. So, parang, sir, paano yun? So, kumaga, sir, paano yun? Kumaga, ang tricky po. Okay, so, hindi ito right away hulaan or something. So, ito nga, sabi ko gagamitin natin yung technique na nilagay ko doon. Ang sabi doon, yung partial of u with respect sa x ay equal sa partial of b with respect to y. Pero, unahin muna natin to. Aware tayo na yung u. So, u of x, y. Okay, u of x, y is equal to y cubed minus 3x squared y. Tama. So, ayan. Kunin ko muna. So, ito consider natin. Kunin natin yung partial of u with respect to x equals sa b. Partial of b with respect to y. So, ayan yung una nating goal. So, ito muna yung unang ginamit ko bago yun. Okay, so, ito una kong gagamitin. Ang gagawin ko, kukunin ko yung partial derivative ng u with respect to x. So, we all know, yung partial derivative of u with respect to x. So, reference doon. So, y cubed, derivative nyan with respect to x is 0. Derivative ng negative 3x squared y is negative 6xy. Tama? So, this is negative 6xy. Okay, so we have yung u of x comma y, which is negative 6xy, equal daw sa partial of b with respect to y. Ngayon, ano ba goal? Sir, hahanapin mo po yung b. Kasi b of x comma y yung hinahanap eh. So meaning, gagawin natin yung ginawa ko kanina. Yung i-integrate ko siya with respect to y. Pero, hindi pa ganun ka-simple yan ha. Ulitin ko, i-integrate natin to. So, let us integrate negative 6xy with respect to y equal sa integral ng b sub y dy. Okay, so nung in-integrate ko tong part na to, obviously ito ay b of x comma y na lang. Tama? Or b. Kasi mawawala na eh. Okay, next, ito, pag in-integrate ko to, sir, ito po with respect sa y, so therefore, yung y gagalaw, magiging y squared over 2. So, ito ay magiging negative 6x y squared over 2. Then, dahil alam kong may xy dyan, then dy, alam kong something, somewhere, baka may nag-exist yun na p of x. So, ayun yung sinasabi ni Sir kanina, na ilalagay mo yung p of x. Okay? Therefore, this is negative 3xy squared plus p of x is equal to b of x comma y. Okay, sir, tapos na ba? Hindi pa. Bakit? Hindi natin alam kasi yung p of x eh. Ang concern natin, mahanap natin siya. Hindi right away na yan na yung sagot. Okay, hindi porket yun na nahanap ko, hanapin ko pa yung p of x. Okay, so ngayon, kaya nga sinabi ko kanina, and use natin yung idea nito. Yung partial of u with respect sa y equals sa negative partial of b with respect sa x. So, meron tayong b. Meron tayong u. Ngayon, ang kukunin naman natin, yung partial derivative ng u with respect sa y. Okay, so, consider natin ulit to. So, consider si partial of u with respect to y equals sa negative partial of b with respect sa x. So, kunin mo natin yung partial derivative ng u with respect to y. So, pag derivative ko to with respect to y, that is 3y squared minus 3x squared. Tama? So, kunin naman natin yung partial derivative nito. Yung partial derivative nito, ano mangyari? Yung b differentiate with x is negative 3y squared. Tama? That is negative 3y squared. Then, ano derivative ng p of x? Ang derivative ng p of x is just p prime of x. So, sir, bakit p prime? Hindi po nawala. Kasi nga, with respect to x na tayo. Okay, so, somewhere yung x na nagdi-differentiate yan eh. Kaya p prime of x na lang. Ngayon, lalagay natin yung negative yan. So, consider ko natin ito, no? So, therefore, si 3y squared equal sa 3x squared equal daw siya sa negative b of x. So, in-negative ko to magiging positive 3y squared. Tama? Then, minus p prime of x. Okay, ngayon, ano napapansin mo? Ano si p prime of x, sir? Sir, si p prime of x, obvious po dito, si p prime of x ay equal po kay 3x squared. Hindi negative. Bakit? Sir, parehas negative eh. So, kunyari, maka-cancel kasi to. 3y squared minus 3y squared cancel. Then, divide ko both side by negative, cancel na yun. So, therefore, ito siya. Ngayon, nahanap mo na ba si p prime of x? Hindi pa, sir. So, another solution, kukunin natin yung i-integrate natin to with respect sa x kasi pure function of x na lang siya. So, integrate natin. So, dito na lang, integrate si p prime of x with respect sa x equal sa integral ng 3x squared dx. So, ang integral nito is p of x equal sa, integral nito is 3x cubed over 3, then we'll add n plus c, yung constant na yan. So, therefore, p of x is equal to x cubed plus c. Okay? So, ngayon, ano yung b of x comma y? So, yung ating harmonic conjugate na b of x comma y ay equal sa negative 3xy squared plus x cubed plus c. At ito yung ating sagot. Okay? So, hoping na hindi ka malito about dun sa process na ginawa ni Sir. Okay. So, proceed tayo sa next example. So, observe konti. Okay, so let's have number 2. Find the harmonic conjugate b of x comma y of u of x comma y is equal to 2x times 1 minus y. Okay, so similar term ulit, ganun ulit yung gagawin natin. U of x comma y, lalagay natin. So, ano yung u of x comma y? U of x comma y, i-multiply ko na yan. That is 2x minus 2xy. Okay, so ginawa ko na, dinistribute ko na kasi baka makagulo pa sa ating solution. Kasi dadahaba pa, So, ang gagawin ni sir, consider natin si u of x, si partial of u with respect sa x equal sa partial of b with respect sa y. Okay, so sabi daw, yung partial of u with respect sa x ay equal sa partial of b with respect sa y. Okay, so ayan yung gusto natin kunin yun. So, kunin natin yung partial derivative ng u with respect sa x. So, partial of u with respect sa x sa reference na to. So, that is 2 minus 2y. That is 2 minus 2y. Kasi mawawala lang yung mga x na yan. Okay, next. So, therefore, ano yun? So, ang sabi, so, si 2 minus 2y ay equal sa partial derivative of b with respect sa y. Then, similar ulit ang gagawin. Anong gagawin natin? Sir, i-integrate natin siya with respect sa y. So, integral or integrate 2 minus 2y with respect sa y, tama ba? Equal sa integral ng b sub y dy. Laging b sub y na babanggit na sir. Okay, so ang integral nito is just 2y. Tama? Ang integral nito is 2y minus integral ng 2y is negative 2y squared over 2. So, cancel si 2, no? So, that is negative y squared. Then, plus p function of x equals sa b of x comma y. Okay, so, ayun ulit natin reference point. Next na gagawin natin, syempre, ang kukunin naman natin, i-consider natin si partial of u with respect sa y equal daw siya negative partial of b with respect sa x. So, partial of u with respect sa y equal daw siya negative partial of b with respect sa x. So, una, kunin natin ang partial of u with respect sa y. Tama? So, partial of u with respect to y is 0 to, no? Then, ito ay negative 2x. So, simply negative 2x na lang siya. Okay, then kunin natin naman si partial of b with respect sa x. So, ito yun. Kunin natin to. Ito yung reference. So, partial of b with respect sa x. Siyempre, 0 to. It is just only p prime of x. Kaya bakit? Ulit nga, 2y. Derivative niya with respect sa x is 0. Y squared. Derivative niya with respect sa x is 0. Kaya ito, derivative niya with respect sa x is p prime of x. Okay, so basically, sabi natin, si negative 2x equal kay negative p prime of x. Ayun na lang kasi negative partial of b with respect sa x yun. Okay, so therefore, ano si p of x? Si p prime of x, that is equal sa 2x. Okay, then, ganun ulit, proceed. Kunin natin na integral niya, yung p prime of x with respect sa x equal sa integral ng 2x dx. So, this is only p of x equal sa, this is 2x, no, derivative niya, no, that is 2x squared over 2. So, cancel lang si 2. So, that is x squared plus c. So, ano yung b of x comma y natin? Therefore, ang b of x comma y natin, ang b of x comma y or the harmonic conjugate is just 2y minus y squared plus x squared plus c. At ito yung ating sagot. Okay, so kung napansin mo, napakadali lang yan, paulit-ulit lang siya. Huwag ka lang malilito dun sa term na partial derivative, then partial integral. Or actually, hindi naman talaga siya partial integral eh. With respect lang siya sa differential. Okay, so gini-differentiate pa rin naman siya. Okay, so maaaring bago sa inyo ito. Yung nangyari na to. Sir, sa iba ba, sa ibang subject p of x. Hindi naman p of x, pwede kasing f of x yung ilagay ko eh. Pero p of x yung ginagamit ko kasi since p of x naman yung ginagamit ko lagi dito sa may complex number. Okay, so dahil sa topic na to. Ngayon, number 3, find the harmonic conjugate p of x comma y of u of x comma y equals sa 2x minus x cubed plus 3x y squared. So, similar ulit. Anong gagawin? U of x comma y ilista. So, nilalagay ko lang talaga totally. So, u of x comma y is equal to 2x minus x cubed plus 3x y squared. Okay, and by the way, favorite ko tong ilagay sa exam, usually pag mga quizzes or midterm, kasi ito yung part na talagang nakakatuwa para sa akin eh. Kasi nag-integrate ka, nagde-differentiate ka, at the same time ginagamit mo yung Cauchy-Riemann equation na relation. Okay, so talagang tip, baka lagi itong lalabas sa exam. Okay, so ulitin ko lang. Ano ba yun? U sub x equal to b sub y, or yung partial derivative of u with respect sa x equals sa partial derivative of b with respect sa y. So that is partial of u with respect sa x equals sa partial of b with respect sa y. So nilalagay ko lang siya for reference ko. Okay, so kung sanay ka na, pwede mo nang hindi ilagay naman. Ako nilalagay ko lang siya totally for my reference para yung solution masundan ko kung paano ko gagawin. Okay, so partial of u with respect sa x. So partial of u with respect sa x natin dito is 2 minus 3x squared plus 3y squared. Tama, no? Ang derivative kasi nito is 3xy squared. Ang derivative niya is 3y squared kasi mawawala lang sa x. Okay, so next is so si 2 minus 3x squared plus 3y squared equal kay partial of b with respect sa y. So kukunin natin yung kanyang integral with respect sa y. So kunin natin yung integral niya ng 2 minus 3x squared plus 3y squared with respect sa dy equal sa integral ng b sub y dy. Okay, may talaga ako sa b sub y. Papakamot ulo na tuloy sa sara. Then integrate with respect sa y. So this is just 2y. Tama, no? This is 2y minus 3x squared y plus 3y squared, and the integral niyan is 3y cubed over 3. So cancel lang si 3, no? So that is plus y cubed, then plus p function of x. Huwag kalimutan. So ito yung ating b of x comma y. Okay, next is consider natin. So kunin natin si partial of u with respect sa y equal daw siya negative partial of b with respect sa x. So kunin natin ito yung reference, kunin natin yung partial derivative niya with respect sa y. So partial of u with respect sa y ay simply 0 to, ito ay 6, no? Kasi yung y squared bababa. So 2 times 3 6, so that is 6xy. So that is 6xy. Kunin natin yung partial of b with respect sa x. Ito naman yung reference. So ito ay 0, no? Ito ay negative 6xy. Ito ay 0 din. Tama, ito magkakaroon negative 6xy. Ito ay 0. Ito ay p function of x. Plus p prime of x. Okay, that's p prime of x. So we have, ano yun? So we have 6xy equals, negative nito is dito magiging positive. Ito ay 6xy minus p prime of x. So ngayon, ito yung problema mo, sir. Wala pong partner si p prime of x. So obviously, ano yung partner ni p prime of x? So yung kanyang parang pair dun sa kabila, yung parang kanyang kawan-to-one correspondent niya sa kabila. Okay, so sa left side, ang kanyang pair, yung p prime of x natin, yung p prime of x natin is just 0. So sir, possible ba yan? Yes, possible yan. So kunin natin yung integral ng p prime of x dx equal sa integral ng 0 dx. So baka hindi nyo alam yung integral niyan. Ang integral nito ng p prime of ito ay magiging p of x equal sa c. Okay, tama naman, no? Ang derivative ng any constant is 0. So therefore, ang integral ng 0 is always c. So constant 'yun. Okay, so ano yung b of x natin? So ating b of x comma y, that is b of x comma y equals sa 2y minus 3x squared y plus y cubed plus c. So therefore, ito yung ating harmonic conjugate b of x comma y. So hoping na gets mo yung topic na yan. Okay. So before mag-end yung video, may tuturo pa ako yung reflection principle. Okay, so stay tuned ka pa. So we have reflection principle. Ito na yung last topic nating video na to. Okay, suppose that the function f is harmonic on D. So meaning yung kanina nating theorem 1. So sabi kunyari, yung second partial derivative, no? Kung nagagawa mo yun, kung yung function na yun is harmonic on D, o yung mga u of x comma is harmonic on D, then yung conjugate of f of z is equal to f conjugate of z. So, yan yung tinatawag na reflection principle. So, paano yan? Ito na yung gagawin ko. Ipapakita ko na to in terms dito. Okay, so, yung mga yan, papakita natin na sila ay na sinasatisfy yung reflection principle. Pero, by the way, before that, sabi consider natin, harmonic ba yan? So, obviously, ito ay differentiable. So, analytic siya. Since analytic siya by theorem number 2, so by theorem number 1, since analytic siya by theorem number 1, harmonic siya. Since analytic to, ang derivative natin is 2z, since analytic siya, therefore, ang kanyang, by theorem 1, siya ay also analytic, harmonic on D. Okay? So, ngayon, ang gagawin natin, pakita natin yung f, yung conjugate of f of z is equal to f z prime. So, not z prime, z bar. Okay, so, nakakalito rin lang din to. So, paano yun? Kunin natin si f prime. So, f of z bar equal daw siya sa f z bar. Okay, so by the way, paano ba natin gagawin yan? Etong z plus 1, ang kanyang transformation is x plus iy plus 1, which is equal sa x plus 1. Tama? X plus 1. Then, ano siya? X plus 1 plus iy. Ayun yung transformation na, diba? So, pag ginagawa natin dati. Pero, ngayon, ito, ang gagawin na sir dito, tawag dito, mag-upisa ako dito sa conjugate of f of z is equal to f conjugate of z. So, ang gagawin ko, pag kinonjugate natin yung z plus 1, ano mangyari sa kanya? This is automatic. Teka lang, paano ko ba i-conjugate yung f of z bar? Z plus 1. Okay, so I think ito yung gagawin. Susunod ko yung z plus 1. So, ito yung z plus 1. Lagay ko yung bar. Equal sa z bar plus 1. Okay, so ganyan ko siya naintindihan. Okay, so next is, transform natin, ipapalit natin x sa loob. Okay, so ay yung x plus iy. So, ito ay simply x plus iy plus 1 bar equal sa x plus iy bar plus 1. Okay, so ito, simplify natin further. This is x plus 1. Okay, then plus iy, then bar. Equal naman to sa pag gini-bar na natin yan, that is x minus iy plus 1. Okay, so pag in-apply natin conjugate dito, this is simply x plus 1 minus iy. And obviously, dito sa part na to, pag in-arrange, this is x plus 1 minus iy. So, therefore, nag-e-exist yung sinasatisfy niya yung reflection principle. Okay, so ganun lang siya kasimple. Okay, next is g of z is equal to z squared. So, ganun ulit. Consider natin si g of z. So, g of z bar is equal to g z bar. Okay, so paano yan? That is, okay, so lagay ko lang, this is z squared bar equal sa z bar squared. Okay, so this is simply, pag pinalit, this is x plus iy squared bar equal ba to sa x plus iy tapos siya ay naka-bar tapos naka-squared. Okay, next is ito ay simplify further sa loob. Alam ko x plus iy raised to 2 is x squared. This is x squared minus y squared. Tama, then plus I 2xy. Okay, then bar. Then this is equal sa x minus iy raised sa 2. Okay, pag kinonjugate to, this is simply x squared minus y squared. Ito yung magne-negative. This is I 2xy. And obviously, pag in-square to, this is simply x squared minus y squared minus I 2xy. So, kahit i-check nyo pa. So, therefore, yung reflection principle sinasatisfy ni g of z. which is equal sa z squared. Okay, so ito yung last topic natin para sa video na to. So ang ating next topic is about elementary function. So hoping na tuloy-tuloy ka sa panonood.